Welcome, everybody, and thank you for joining us on Show Me Your Rack. I'm Nikki, and this over here, someday I'll get it right. This over here is a snake rack. This over here is lace. And how are you doing?
I've missed you a lot.
I've missed you. I know we had a whole week of nothing. It was sad.
I had no idea what I was doing. I felt empty, loneliness, uh, a lick of depression. And it was a very empty week. And it was a very sad Sunday.
I know there was nothing.
Nada.
No reason to wake up on Sunday, just stayed in bed all day. Not really, but we could have.
That would have been cool. I don't do that. What's that like?
I don't know. But now, here we are. Not a lonely Sunday.
We are joined with someone who I think we're about to learn we're about to just learn all of the things that we don't know. Go figure. Another episode where someone takes Nikki and Lace to school.
Good, because I need to go to school because these things are adorable, yet I know nothing about them besides how adorable they are.
Golly, they're so cute.
Have you ever had one?
I know, but I've wanted. Go figure. I want it again. I want it.
Well, after this, you're going to really want one, and you're going to know a person that you could get one from.
Mm-hmm. Check. Absolutely.
Check. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I need my enclosure wall to look like this person's because it is gorgeous.
I know. I just live there.
Yeah.
It would be like a tropical paradise.
I'd never leave that room.
I know.
Ever. Well,
what should we do?
I think we just need to go for it. We just need to go for it. We need to bring out the lady of the hour.
Ta-da!
You guys are saying such nice things. You're making me cheese over here.
It's all true. It's all true.
We mean it, all of it.
Thank you.
We do not believe in flattery.
No, not at all. So tell us who you are and what amazing things are in those enclosures behind you.
I am Aubrey at Cowajunga. And
coolest name ever.
I breed crested geckos. And these are some of my bioactive enclosures that the adults live in. So
I want to be there all the time.
You just blew Lace's mind. Bioactive enclosure, and she's done.
That's beautiful. That takes a lot of time and love and care. It looks incredible.
Thank you.
How tall are they? How high do we go?
Up there.
Oh my! It's a skyscraper.
Oh, there's 1, 2, 3, and then there's 4. So yeah, 4 high.
It's amazing.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
And this
are they? Sorry, go ahead.
No, I was gonna say this is the adult wall. They are 18 by 18 by 24. And then over here, I have a juvenile wall, and they are 12, 18.
Holy smokes.
You just want to stay in that room like 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. I can imagine why. It's beautiful.
Thank you so much.
It's very calm. It looks very calm, cool, and collected in there, man.
Well, it takes... it is, but it causes chaos up here trying to maintain that level of calmness.
That's how you know you're doing it right. If you're going crazy,
yeah,
you're doing it right.
Well, are those I love, like I'll always say, for me personally, I like to keep everything. I mean, I'm in my house right now. Mm-hmm. I have like a separate building or something, but I just love walking downstairs in the morning and just this wall being the first thing that I see, because I'm just like, I'm such a nature person. It's like, it really does just have that effect. It's just so calming. And I just see, a wall full of plants and sunshine. And it's just like, it's like going and taking a walk outside, but don't have to.
Absolutely. Are those, so wait, you gave me the measurements, but are they all individual?
They are all individual. Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, they do have the ability, the wall on these. So this wall is PVC. The wall over here, I'll show you that in a bit. It's glass. The PVC, the walls in between each one can be removed if I wanted to remove them, but I've never removed them. I always house everyone separately except for temporary breeding purposes.
Who makes all of these enclosures? Obviously, they look like they might be your favorite.
Yeah. The PVC enclosures behind me. Well, actually, so the glass I use, I mean, I've used plenty of brands, but my favorite glass brand is definitely Exoterra.
Cool.
And then these hang on, I'm okay. Sorry, it's not that I don't know the brand. I'm nervous and my brain isn't working.
I totally understand that. Don't worry at all.
These are made by Top Tier Caging by a guy named Matt. He's amazing. He's here in North Carolina, but he ships all over the place. And this is a custom order, and he can do all kinds of things. He can do whatever you're dreaming of. So
that don't suck.
No,
no, it
Nikki,
doesn't.
Can you imagine having a local guy for your enclosures?
It would be amazing. Everything is so far away, and shipping is the cost of everything you buy.
Can you imagine not paying $800 for shipping?
Oh gosh.
No, I can't. Aubrey,
Plus.
we contemplate driving sometimes. Like, well, how long would it take to drive from Washington to California to go get? Nope, just ship it, or just don't buy it. Just that's how our life goes.
Like, how long is that? 2 days?
It's a long way. But there's nothing around here. That's Freedom Breeders down in California. It's the closest place.
Oh, I already forgot you said Washington State.
Oh yeah, no, it's still.
I was thinking DC. I'm like, wait, that's
no. It's still a very long drive just to go get something and come back.
But the PNW drive, like, it really doesn't get any better than that. Let's be honest.
It would be pretty.
Very pretty.
Aubrey, how did you come up with your name with Cowajunga?
Well, a lot of people think I got the inspiration from the Ninja Turtles.
Uh-huh.
I would love to say that I did, but I did not. I just always liked the slogan Cowabunga. Like, I always felt like that was featured in like the old timey like jungle explorers.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like Cowabunga. I don't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And also, it happens to be the name of my favorite water slide at Noah's Ark in Wisconsin Dells. So let's look at that.
Hey.
And let's replace the B with a J for like jungle.
Yeah.
Cowajunga. Because I always knew I wanted it to be one word. I wanted it to be memorable. And I just didn't want all these moving parts to, so. Yeah.
It is very that. It is very that.
Thank you.
I like it a lot.
I love it.
I had to know the story behind it because it's so clever.
Thanks.
We like clever things around here.
I would overthink the spelling for decades.
No.
Like, damn, how do I spell that?
You get it, Lace. You
Typical
get it.
me. So, you're a Cresty girl, obviously. So we're ball girls. So huge difference here, but we absolutely love and adore the animals that you keep and breed, and we have to know more. Take me to school.
Well,
Give me Cresties for dummies, just like basic husbandry.
Okay. Well, crested geckos are native to a set of islands called New Caledonia. It's off the coast of Australia.
Cool.
It's more of, some people might assume that it's tropical. It's really not. It's basically like islands with pine trees and a good amount of wind. So they're really, really easy to care for. I have to admit, that's what drew me in, because before I had Cresties, I kept many other different types of species that were, I would say, way more advanced than crested geckos. I really started with panther chameleons, just as pets. I never bred anything. I really enjoy animals, and had a bunch of pets. But so yeah, when I was introduced to these guys, I was introduced to these guys at a reptile show, probably like many other people are, and learned about them, and they are so simple, comparatively. They basically, their temperature range is probably like comfortably probably about 68 to 80 degrees, and anything above 80, like as an ambient temperature, is going to be a little bit too warm for them. I like to provide like here. I mean, you can see I have lights on. These are UVB lights. Earlier in the daytime, I also have like jungle dawns that come on for the plants to create kind of like a brighter light in the middle of the day as it would outside. And these aren't actual heat lamps, but they do boost up the temperature quite a bit. So at the tops of my enclosures, I use like a thermal heat gun. At the tops of my enclosures, sometimes it gets as hot as 90 degrees, which I know other crusty people are probably going to watch this and be like, oh my God, like that's so hot. How did they not die? But I like to provide them a temperature gradient so they can thermoregulate and practice their natural behavior. Plenty of them do bask up. If I put the temp gun on their body, sometimes it says 85, 90 degrees, and they will bask in that temperature. But the key is that they can move out of it.
Right.
At the bottom, it's depending on the time of year, it's in the bottom of their enclosure, it's between like 70, 74 degrees. So, yeah, so that's for the temperatures. I run a Mist King system, and I have it misting going off maybe about 3 times a night, overnight.
Okay.
I
So
like
big on humidity at nighttime?
at nighttime, yeah, just for the boost. Like I always feel like it's healthier for them to do, and I mean a lot of other reptile species as well, to have a spike in humidity overnight, because you don't want to cross high humidity with high temps, you know. Bacteria breeding ground. So, or it could cause respiratory issues. So I like to bump up the humidity at night, and then during the day just let it totally dry out and start again the next night.
Genius.
They live about 20 to 25 years. And their diet is basically, there's quite a few great brands out there. It's basically like a dehydrated powder that you just add water to. It's because in the wild they have a more complex diet of all different types of insects and fruit, depending on the time of year. And so that's their complete diet. And then I feed dubia roaches once a week, sometimes twice, depending on the gecko. And that's pretty much it. I mean, it's very simple. A lot of people have simplified it way further than this. This is just what I like and what makes me feel good about keeping them. I am not one of those people that thinks that I'm better than anyone because of the way I keep them. But this is what brings me joy. And I love being able to watch them kind of in more of a natural environment, just doing the natural things, like I said, basking and hunting and, seeing different type of social behaviors whenever I have geckos together breeding. Whenever I breed them, sometimes I will, if I'm not familiar with, if I have like a new breeder or something, I will usually supervise them and put them like in a very small tub, to minimize distraction and to maximize visibility, so I can keep my eyes on them, make sure everything's going well. But some of my pairings that I've had for years and know my geckos very well and know that they get along, I'll leave them together for sometimes a couple weeks, sometimes a couple months, because sometimes I've had pairs of geckos that seem like they've actually really enjoyed being together. So it just depends. They're all, I think that's so amazing because they all have completely different personalities and they all like different things. They all like different flavors of food. They all act differently. It's just, I don't know. I feel like a lot of people, I feel like it's kind of not really, what do you say, like a misnomer or something about how, they're all just stupid and have like one brain cell bopping around in there, because a lot of people like to joke about it, because I mean sometimes they do have really derpy looking faces, but I feel like some of mine are pretty smart, and it's pretty fascinating just observing their behavior and just getting to know all of their little identities. Like they're all different. It's really cool to me. So
Oh yeah, I would cancel all streaming services
right,
that
no, I
you
don't watch
have.
TV ever.
Turn that chair around, and I'd be there all day. Just
Yep.
like,
yeah, I literally don't watch TV.
I mean,
here's me thinking,
who
like,
does anymore?
if we ever came back as anything, like come back as a Cresty living at Aubrey's house. And
Oh my gosh,
you would
thank
be
you.
like,
That's
Absolutely.
Right? Like, I feel like we're living
Reincarnate
a
me
really
as one of Aubrey's
You guys are
Cresties.
making my face.
Please. Please. They're
That
living
kitty-
their best life.
Oh my god.
They are.
That's fascinating to me that they coexist very well. You know, I mean, obviously everything's different, but you know, in the reptile community, you know, there's so many species. It's like big no, can't be together for too long. You know.
Well, I will say that is only for breeding.
Mhm.
I would never house non-breeding animals
Full
together
time. Okay.
full time, and I don't house breeding pairs together full time. They are not naturally a communal species. So
Okay.
yeah, I always, I mean, I don't know. Some people seem to be under that impression. I strongly disagree. Not to be too harsh, but I do honestly feel like if people are saying that, more times than not, they're just trying to make an additional sale.
Mm,
So I would never recommend that ever.
okay. Okay. So just when they're pairs, they can
Yeah.
chill a
I
little
just
bit
had to make
longer.
that
Okay.
clear. I don't want anyone thinking
No. No, don't buy two
Yeah.
and throw them in a tank together.
Don't do
Don't do
that.
that.
Lace
please don't ever
misunderstood.
do that. Because sometimes, I mean, sometimes it could be obvious, but many times it's not obvious. If you don't know what the behavior to look for, it's not, I mean, most of the times if you put two geckos together, it's not like they're just gonna go at it, you know. But there would be signs of stress, and sometimes people think that, oh, like look, they're cuddling, and if you know they're laying on top of each other sleeping, and they're not cuddling, it's a display of dominance. They will compete for resources, food, hides, you know, sleeping spots, whatever. And you might not ever see it because they're crepuscular animals. So most of the time during the day, they're going to be asleep and they're not going to be as active. But if you house geckos together long enough that, you know, it's not just like a temporary breeding pair situation. If you take them out, you will probably notice funny looking marks like on their tails or on their head or whatever. They're bite marks. Even if you've never seen them interact, they will, and they will stress each other out.
That's good
What
to know.
do crusty gecko what do those teethers look like?
Oh, it's kind of like, I don't know, it doesn't really look like individual teeth. It's kind of just like a serrated.
Like a piece of Velcro, like the hard part?
Yeah, yeah, actually, sure. Yeah, just like a line of that. Yeah,
Cowabunga.
Cowabunga.
What was the other word?
Cowabunga. I love it. Oh yeah. You said the word about it was a big word.
I
crepuscular.
love big words.
Crepuscular.
Oh, your face.
Yeah.
I
That's
I'm gonna challenge myself to use that word at least twice in a sentence this week.
That's a challenge.
that is
I
a
know.
challenge. Twice
I'm
in
gonna
one sentence.
I'm gonna really
A
be
big
stretching
sentence.
it.
That's just a more detailed, more accurate, more detailed term for them instead of referring to them as nocturnal, because they're not truly nocturnal. They're not dead asleep all day and wide awake all night. They go back and forth, mostly awake at night, but they're typically most active at dawn and dusk. So,
Okay. Okay.
It's a
but
cool new word.
You have the most beautiful photos on your Instagram.
oh, thank you.
So pretty. Y'all absolutely have to check out the Instagram page. Cowajunga. At the end there's an underscore,
Yes.
correct?
I will follow everyone back. I always try to. If I don't, it's not intentional. Remind me.
Absolutely like stunning photos, and these animals are literally breathtaking. I'm really not hyping you up. These things
Thanks.
are incredible. I really like the way that you capture um these guys and like the light that you capture them in. I would be right there with you. I would look at these forever all day long.
Thank you so much.
They are so
I
pretty.
like to take all of my photos outdoors, and a lot of times people ask me what my setup is, but I literally just have a stick and grab a gecko and walk outside.
I love it.
I
Let's
use
go.
some of the bushes in my yard as a backdrop. The best lighting is the perfect lighting is like when it's about to rain, like you know that it's like bright outside, but it's not sunny. even if it's sunny outside, you can get some good photos. You just kind of have to go in a shadow. But
Aubrey,
Yeah.
you'd fit right in Washington State. You just
Oh,
get
I
great
was
yeah.
about
photos
to
all the time.
say.
perfect gecko photo weather all the time.
It is all
That's-
the time.
Is it really as bad as they say it is, Nikki? Are you depressed? You don't
No.
seem like a depressed person.
No,
to me.
it's not, but it is like you have to get, it can be gray. You just have to be used to gray sometimes. It's just how it is.
See, I am my happiest ever when it's rainy outside. I think I would thrive. I'll buy.
See?
No,
We're
I'm
probably
moving.
a lot more used to the sun. So it's like whenever we have a rainy day, it's like a nice break. But I
Yeah.
don't think I want to be without the sun all the time. That would
Yeah, no, we are not without it all the time, but you do have to get used to like not seeing the sky because it's covered in clouds, I'd say. But it's beautiful. Everything's green. Just don't look at the sky. Just look at the trees. I don't know about you, Lace, but I'm ready to see some of Aubrey's amazing little babies, creatures. I'm looking
I
at your
am too.
Instagram and they're all beautiful.
It's so freaking pretty.
Who
I
are you
love the
going to
pink
show
ones.
us? What do we get to
Well,
see?
I
What do we
was
get to see?
running around like crazy, trying to pull geckos out before we started. I have quite a few out because I can't just
Right.
No. Go
Fish-
retrieve them from a plant? No.
I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah.
it would take a while and I'd stress them out. And but some of them were out sleeping in the open today, so I pulled a few.
They learned don't sleep in the open ever again. They're like, oh man.
We're on that damn show. Show me your rack.
Also, something I would like to say, because I'm sure there'll be a lot of people watching us that aren't familiar with crested geckos. They fire up and fire down all the time. They're constantly changing colors. I photograph all of mine. I photograph mine, and it's common practice to photograph crested geckos when they are fully fired up. They are the best, the brightest, the highest contrast looking that they will ever be when you take photos of them. When they're fired down, they get much lighter in color. A lot of times their base color gets very light, their pattern color gets darker, and the contrast is much lower. So
Can you explain to me what is the process of firing up and firing down?
Are they nervous? Are they excited?
no,
No?
it's
just-
not like it's not like chameleons at all that are
Okay.
stressed out or whatever. They just change based on the light and the humidity.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
Incredible.
Aubrey, you've blown our minds.
Oh.
Things we didn't know.
Fire it up. Damn. That is awesome.
So yeah, so some of these, like some of them are fired up right now and some of them are not, and some of them are halfway. So
This
Can
is
be
good because I want to see the difference.
okay, so let me I've got my lovely girl Jocelyn here. I'll just let her speak for herself.
Oh, Jocelyn.
Of course, she's about to shed.
That's
It always
okay.
happens. It
They
always
do that
happens.
sometimes. All the time.
Jocelyn.
She's a little round.
She's a great size. I feel like she's a fairly big girl. Am I
Look at her
wrong?
little feet. What is
Freaking
she
out.
doing?
Freaking out. She thought she was falling. I'm so sorry.
Oh, you're not falling.
Anyway,
Baby girl.
so this is fired down. So I mean, she almost looks white.
Yeah.
Fired up, she's a very light peachy pink color. But she's a sweetheart. I love her so much, and this would be, some people would consider her a patternless or a phantom. So, and her tail looks like that on the bottom. That happened when she was a hatchling. Before I got her, she had an accident with her tail, I guess. But
That's totally common. I mean, like, right?
Well, not really. I've never seen a tail like that, to be honest.
Really? But like, they'll drop their tails.
They will drop their tails. Yeah, they'll drop their tails, and they
Okay.
don't go back.
Okay, they're completely gone. They don't even like try to come back at all. Like just a
Some
little
of
stub.
them, yeah, some of them get like a teeny tiny little stub, but it's like it looks silly. And it's like that big, like it's not significant at all. But yeah, they don't
Eeny, meeny, Sorry.
We affectionately refer to them as frog butts when they drop their
Oh,
tail.
yeah. It would look like a frog butt. I see that.
Yeah. But honestly, I think a lot of people are afraid of them dropping their tails, and I think, I mean, mine don't drop their tails like often. I mean, some of mine did when they were babies, but I think people run into a problem when they try to act really, like when they try to be super careful and they try to be like quiet all the time, because then the gecko's not used to anything. And then, as soon as you drop something on the floor, then, or just
They don't.
the
Yeah,
vacuum.
they don't know how to act.
So, mine, I mean, I'm playing music, the dog's barking, I'm vacuuming, whatever. I handle mine often. So unless I try to go fish them out during the day and wake them up and startle them, I don't
Yeah.
really have a problem with it.
So, question from like you as a seller standpoint, well, breeder seller, does that, if they have a dropped tail, does that affect the price, or no,
It
not
does
at
not
all?
affect the value at all.
Cool.
Some people might not want a gecko with a drop tail, it's just a personal preference, but it doesn't affect the value whatsoever.
That's good. Okay, cool.
Because, I mean, really, the market value, I'm not speaking for the reasons why I value them. I value plenty of, I mean, I have some pet geckos as well. So I don't only value them for breeding, but as far as like their market value goes, it's really based on their breeding ability. And the tail doesn't affect that. So,
Sure. Okay, that's cool. I've always wondered that. Thank you.
yeah. So the kind of, basically like the traits and stuff that I like to breed, I love very colorful crested geckos. I absolutely love reds. Reds, everything red, 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 red. That's my favorite. Which is funny because it kind of only applies to geckos. Like, it's not my favorite color, like outside of geckos. But I'm just obsessed with red geckos. The two main things that I focus on are red-based high white harlequins and red-based red spot super dalmatians.
Okie dokie.
Sounds
And these are
amazing.
traits. These are traits.
Yes, they're all traits.
Cool.
I'm learning so much.
I actually don't work with any morphs. I don't personally really care for lily whites. I think that they're absolutely beautiful. I just don't have a personal interest in breeding them. But with that being said, I actually have my first lily white that has finally reached size that I am going to breed this season. I've had quite a few lilies in the past, and then they just, like, it's been my intention to breed them, but then I always sell them before they ever become of size. I don't know why. They're just not really my thing, but I do think they're gorgeous. But
Lily White. And Jocelyn was not a Lily White.
no, I only own one lily white, and I have not.
And that's this other one. Okay, cool.
A lot of
Very
people
cool.
have asked me if some of my geckos are lily whites, which is very flattering because they're not. They're high whites, which, lily white, like I said, it's an actual genetic morph. So if you breed a lily white to a normal crested gecko, you will get 50% lilies. You cannot breed two lilies together. It's lethal to the offspring. But like a high white, that's not, like, it's not, it's not a genetic morph. So I mean, you can breed a high white to a non-high white, and it's no such thing as like, oh, I'm gonna get this percentages of high whites or whatever. It's just selective breeding over the course of many generations to stack the traits. But I find that more valuable because I think it's more difficult to produce, and it shows that it takes more time, and just more exciting to me. I like not knowing exactly what's going to happen. I like to use my artistic side and be creative and study all the generations of lineage, parents, grandparents, great grandparents, compare it and see what I think is going to be the most compatible and hope for the best result. But I don't actually know exactly what's going to come out, and it's pretty exciting to me.
So it's like Christmas morning when they hatch out of the eggs.
It so is. Yeah, it so is.
I love that. We talked about that backstage about how your preference is to like show more of your creative side with that. I think that that's just fascinating. You're literally just throwing something at a wall and seeing what sticks. And I mean, I don't think a single one of these things are ugly. They're so cute. I am looking up the Lily White, side note, because now I want to name my firstborn daughter Lily White. but but I see what you mean. It's not like it's not like super giving. Is this like a super sought after trait? Are these like
Yes, so they are, but they've become a lot more popular, a lot more mainstream now. You know, 10 years ago, they would have been a lot more uncommon and a lot more expensive.
Mm.
Okay.
But there is a huge difference in lily whites. All lily whites are not created equal. Um,
I
there's
see that.
yeah, there's varying quality, and you can also have phantom lily white. But unfortunately, when they were very popular and very, not that they're not popular now, but I don't know, they were just more expensive because there weren't as many of them. Unfortunately, some people wanted to kind of, I think they kind of saw that as maybe a money grab. And so people would get lily whites and just breed them to very, very, very low quality geckos because, you're just going to make more lily whites. And that's a very easy way to do it. But there's a huge difference in the quality in those geckos. When you're looking at breeding a lily white, the nicer the normal gecko is, then the nicer the offspring will be. The lily whites and the non-lilies that will come from it, they'll all be nicer. So
Wow. So there's like a huge. You really want to focus. I mean, let's face it. We're all in this reptile world, and we all focus on quality. But like these guys specifically, like you really do hone in and focus on like the quality of.
absolutely, I do. I think everyone should. I don't.
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah. Absolutely.
Why wouldn't we?
Yeah.
But I'm definitely very much so quality over quantity. Um I don't see any issue with having a ton of crested geckos. I just don't in comparison because I just know myself and my own limit, and I know what I can take care of at the standard that I've set for myself, and I just refuse to stray away from.
Waiver. Yeah.
Yeah, I refuse
Oh.
to waver on that. And if I have more than so I have 24 adult enclosures and 24 juvenile enclosures, and I have a couple baby racks or 3 baby racks. They're tall, they're probably 8-foot tall baby racks, but anyway. That's my limit. That is all I can do. I have had more than that at certain points, and I just didn't feel as good about it. Didn't feel as good about myself. My attention to detail lacked. That's just a personal thing. There are plenty of people that I'm sure are capable of doing way more. I'm just not. And so I just like to try and keep it smaller.
Yeah. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that.
It's my
I feel
hobby.
you.
It's my hobby. It's my outlet. It's something I really enjoy. It's a creative outlet. I want it to remain fulfilling. I don't want it to be stressful and turn into like too much work,
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Yeah, that's important. Typically, what is the like a breeding season? Like, what's the time frame from like pairing to eggs? Like typically, what? Okay, so like, what is a ball pythons? We call them a clutch of eggs. Like, what is
Oh
that
yeah.
referred to?
Yeah.
Clutch.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
But each clutch has 2 eggs.
Okay, and it's always two.
That's normal. Yeah. I mean, sometimes
Okay.
it could be 1, but that's abnormal.
Okay.
Okay.
So it's like who do we learn this from? Chris, the Leachianus. Aren't
Yes.
they like twofers?
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Yes. I own 3 lychees. I absolutely love them.
They're awesome, man.
They're awesome.
I'm the more time that goes on, I'm becoming more of a spider and lizard lover,
Nice.
and isopods. My God, I've got to get
Yeah,
some freaking isopods.
They're so cute, actually.
They are
They
so
are.
cute.
Oh, anyway, I just realized I have ADHD, if you couldn't tell. I didn't answer your question.
Welcome to the
Ye-
party, sister.
You're in the right
Like
place.
squirrel.
That's why we didn't notice. We had already squirreled
Yeah,
somewhere
it's
else
just
in
one
our
of
brains too.
Not once did I notice. I thought you were doing great.
So crescent gecko breeding season is going to vary a little bit depending on your location in the US. But usually I'm in North Carolina again, East Coast, South. I start in January. I mean, usually like January 1st, I'm starting to put them together.
Mm-hmm.
I will not pair. I mean, usually I try to get all my pairings out of the way by May. Just because the females can retain sperm, and I like to always, some people keep all of their pairs the same. I like to change it up every single year and work towards different goals. So I don't want that. I want to be able to start over fresh the following season. So I try to finish that up by May, but then, and get all like the second pairings, whatever, all repair everybody. They will lay 2 eggs every month until the end of the breeding season.
Cool.
Month?
Yeah, every month.
Wild.
It's cool.
Yeah, just from one pairing. It's very cool.
Aubrey, you've already taught us so much. We're not going to be able to sleep tonight. We're going to be like, what is going on?
It depends. Sometimes they might stop laying in September. Sometimes they might stop laying in December. So usually it's good for them to get a couple months off. Replenish. I supplement my females with liquid calcium, replenish their calcium sacs for, creating the eggs for the following season. And every couple of seasons, depending on, it just really all depends on the individual animal. I really try to be in touch with how each one is doing. It's not like a set rule for everybody. Sometimes I'll give a female a season off. Every female handles it differently. Some females, like, they don't drop any weight at all, and they're like egg laying machines, and other females don't handle it as well, and they might lose 10 grams, and then it's like, okay, you're fine, but you're looking a little thin. Let's give you some time. If you overbreed a female, or sometimes, like I said, sometimes females just don't handle it well, and they can what we call crash, and it's just their calcium deposits get way too low. They'll lose way too much weight. They need a break. That should not be like a regular occurrence, but it's happened. So
I really love how personal and personalized you are with your animals. I mean, like, everybody has a name, I'm assuming.
of course.
Hell yeah, dude.
Good.
Okay, cool.
Same here.
Again, you're in great company. I like your personal touch on it. I like that you really take the time to spend with your animals, and you know what their different personalities and what they like and they don't like. And I think that that's super important, because as you know, me, Lace, obviously I want freaking crested geckos now, but I want to purchase from somebody who has that level of care and compassion in their animals,
Mm.
who like really like dial it in. So bravo to you, honestly.
Thank you so much.
Very, very impressive.
I think that's really important. Not everyone might not value it. I wish that they did, but I think it's really important as a consumer, as a potential customer. Do your research and follow a bunch of crested gecko groups. There's a bunch of groups on Facebook. Get to know the breeders. There's a couple FBI inquiry groups on Facebook where you can go and make sure there's not negative feedback about anybody.
Love those groups.
And also just look for transparency. Is someone comfortable talking to you about their setup? Are they comfortable showing it to you? Is it posted on their social media? Now, I'm sure there's plenty of people that have great setups that don't have them plastered all over social media. But if you're proud of something, usually you tend to want to show it.
Mhm.
Absolutely. You tend to show off your rack.
Yeah. Yeah. I just think it's really important. Regardless of how big or small the name might be, people should definitely do the research. They should ask questions, and they should know, and they should know what the conditions are, and they should make sure they're okay with how the geckos are being kept.
When did you start keeping? From the, like, what was the difference in the time that you started keeping? We all do it. We got that one, and then
Yeah.
it turned into a Cowajunga wall
I was like,
of
all right,
glory. Yeah, absolutely. Like, what was your time? What were your time frames there?
So it's so funny because I think there's a lot of people that think that I've been around for like a really long time, and
I
that's not really the case. I didn't start breeding until January of 2020.
Oh, well, that's a good amount of time. That's about when
Well,
we were here.
yeah, but I mean, there's a lot of people that I would refer to as like OGs that, you know, they've been doing it for 10,
Sure.
15 plus years. But I started breeding January of 2020. I started keeping, it was 2016 or maybe it was 2017. So I kept
You're an OG to me. When you started, did you have some like did you have a mentor that you reached out to and admired and trusted and got a lot of good feedback and information from? Do y'all have that in the Cresty world?
Yes, we do have that. I try to, I'm always open to being that for people. I feel like some people, like, I feel like this will be so great because people will actually see me as a person, get to know me. I think people forget that. And because I don't really post myself on my Gecko page, but I think they just see Cowajunga and they're like, oh, like that's like this big thing. And it's like, no, it's just me. Like,
It's Aubrey and her amazing Cresties.
No,
I'm very
seriously.
friendly, very open to talking with people, to helping people. Don't ever be afraid to send me a message. But I did it again. What did you ask?
I don't even remember.
You're asking me? I don't fucking know.
We
I
don't
wanted
remember.
to throw that out there, but that wasn't what we were really talking.
We're talking about mentors. Did you
Oh.
have someone that you? Yeah.
Good
Yes.
job, Lace.
I can't believe it happened.
So when I was keeping, no, I didn't. I just did what I advise others to do, which is join all of the Facebook groups, just spend a lot of time reading YouTube videos.
I was about to say, who is your YouTube go-to?
I didn't have one. Like, I don't,
Good for you.
I just like, I would have a specific question and then I would just like type it in and like watch a bunch of different things.
That's a good way to do it.
Yeah.
Later on, when I started breeding, there were definitely breeders that I was probably annoyed them so badly. I was always there.
I'll never go back and read my DMs. I tell you right now, I'll never go back. You ain't taking me back to jail.
Yes, there were a few people in the very beginning that were very helpful that I probably wore out. But along the way, I just, there were a lot of people that were very supportive and helped me out, wanted to do loans with me early on. It kind of, it was just kind of a conglomerate of all kinds of sources.
Yeah. So. I bet that all these people that you think that you annoyed, I bet that they are truly, truly, truly very proud of you and very, very impressed with you. These things, I could look at them all freaking day. The third, like the third latest that you posted, that little pink speckly. Good God, is that a Dalmatian? Is that a thing?
The pinned video?
Yes.
Yes, that is Blitzkrieg Barrage. So
Excuse me.
That's his name.
Oh, okay.
Great name.
That is so great.
Yeah, I don't typically go for the super simple names.
As you shouldn't. That's not a super simple Krusty.
No.
Yeah, so he's not truly pink. I will say that. He is red. He is not fully fired up there.
So he is one of the reds that you're okay. Gotcha.
Wow.
I mean, he's definitely pink there. He definitely looks pink a lot of the time, but I wouldn't ever try to pass him off like as a pink, because anytime someone says, oh, they're a red, they're a pink, they're a lavender, they have to be classified that way by their fired up color.
Gotcha.
Okay. So I actually have him right here. So I will show you. I'm obsessed with him.
We're obsessed with him too.
I produced him. He's sleeping and he is horribly misfired. So when they get underneath light, because I have a light on right here, they get all weird and gray and splotchy looking, but you can still see his beautiful spots. So here he is.
Oh my God. Okay. I can see the whole fire up, fire down thing.
Can you even tell? Like, I feel like this lighting is not good.
That's fascinating to me. You know what these Cresties of Orders reminded me of, and please don't take offense to this, but
Oh yeah.
they remind me of like a lizard version of a sugar glider. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
know.
that's
I
awesome.
don't know why. I used to have many.
Sugar gliders?
Yes, Nikki, I dated a stripper once. Her weenie dog knocked over the cage, busted it wide open,
Oh
unlocked it.
god.
Her weenie dog ate all three of my sugar gliders. Terrible. I'll
This is
never date a
terrible.
stripper again.
Are you serious? The dog
That's
ate
so
one?
sad.
I mean, I never found them.
Oh, poor little shuggies.
Shuggies. I love him. Tell me his name one more time so I
We
can get
just
it tatted
see,
on my body.
see, Aubrey, don't worry. ADHD. We just went on a sugar glider wormhole.
Right. Blitzkrieg Barrage.
Blitzkrieg
Barrage.
Barrage. Sugar gliders and strippers, baby. All right.
Yeah, I don't know if you can see, but see this foot? See how misfired that is?
That's two different colors, kind of. Is that what you mean?
Oh, yeah, it's different colors.
That's crazy.
Yeah, he just looks all
Incredible.
weird and patchy right now. But
I think he's fascinating. I think he's beautiful.
thank you so much. I absolutely love him. So what I like about him and what's more valuable about him is the size of his spots. They're very large spots.
Okay.
They're more like towards what we would refer to as like an ink spot. I mean, not quite, but they're certainly not speckles. And he is predominantly red spotted, which is awesome. That's my goal. That's
Aubrey loves the red.
yeah. And there's a lot of gorgeous geckos with black spots, but I've just always been after the red spots. And yeah, so just the amount of spots that he has and the size of the spots and the fact that they're all red would be his.
Man, he's cool.
I wish I could show them better. I wish I had a better camera.
I love their eyes.
Yeah.
They're just look at him.
And
I love that.
Their little spikes look like they'd be rough, but they're so soft and you just
lashes for days, boy.
Yeah, exactly.
I love the color of their eyes. Their eyes are all so different and unique. Oh,
Yeah, they're so I mean, obviously the colors on these things like set them off, but like just that extra pop of the different eye colors are so wild and they just are so like I don't even know how to explain it, man.
So I'll show you a difference. Oh goodness gracious.
Marbly, stony, I don't know what I'm trying to say, but
so this guy is really an unappealing color at the moment, but you can see the difference in the size of his spots. They're very small.
mm-hmm.
Okay, yeah.
This is Mosh Pit. I wish, again, I'm going to be saying that the whole time. I wish the camera was better. I could pick it up, but he actually has orange spots, which is really cool. I've never seen another gecko with that many orange spots before. There's a couple people now that I've seen recently, but we'll see. Some people have asked me like if I'm going to make a whole project out of it. I don't know. I guess it depends if he passes the trait on, but very cool.
You're gonna fuck around and find out.
Yeah. The Super Dalmatian, this is gonna be a ridiculous question. The Super Dalmatian, the spots get bigger and there's more spots, or what makes it super?
There's just more spot coverage.
Okay.
And the definitions of these things are constantly changing because we're constantly improving. So like 5 years ago, a Super Dalmatian is probably now considered a Dalmatian, like today. So it's just yeah.
That's not fair. They shouldn't be changing the rule. It's confusing.
I want to show this guy off too because he's a new up and coming breeder. He's actually a half sibling to Blitzkrieg Barrage. This is Bullpup, and of course he is an ugly color right now too because he's misfired. But his spots are amazing. He is like pretty much all red spotted.
Oh wow!
Okay, I can do things. I gotta remember to do this and make you big so we can see you better.
That's my favorite part.
Wait,
see sugar glider.
Okay, see. Jumping. Okay, there you can see the.
Oh, whoop. So great.
Like I said, they all have different personalities.
I love him.
He's gonna
But
jump
he's
right on your head.
pretty much covered in really large red spots. And when he fires up, he's a beautiful, like neon orangey red color.
That's fascinating to me. I would never imagine that out of that. All his little feet, they look like green.
Yeah.
He's so pretty.
Maybe I can put, the ones I've already shown, I'm gonna put them like kind of in the dark, and maybe they will fire up, and then maybe by the end I can show you the difference.
Fascinating.
So yeah, like this guy, like thanks, buddy. I wanted to show you off. I'm super excited about this guy. I just posted about him recently a couple of times. I have named him Pereira after my favorite UFC fighter. He is an import from Korea, and he is a gorgeous high white red based gecko. You will see no red on him right now because he is fully fired down. He looks lavender. All right.
I love that. I love that so much.
I probably need to wash my hands or put on gloves. I never handle males one after the other, and I'm sure he probably smells them on me. So freaking out.
Oh, that's a no. Okay.
Yeah, but, well, it's not a no, but I mean it's a good way to get chomped on. But see, he looks lavender right now, but if you look on my Instagram, he is like a bright red, and he's so gorgeous. Right now, you can see his pattern color looks a little more yellowy cream, but when he's fired up, it's certain parts of it fired up are cream, but the rest of it is very white.
Wow.
And he's going to do amazing things for my red.
Holy crap, I think I found him.
Yeah, so you see the difference.
Yeah, oh yeah.
And you can see
wow, that blows my mind, dude.
Yeah, there's so I posted the photos of him, but I also posted there's a video snippet of him in the unboxing video, so you can see a video of him too, and he is very red.
Oh, he was all fired up in the box, eh?
Yeah, exactly. This is a beautiful, she's not fully fired up, but at least she's more fired up. This is Akira. I do not own her. Shout out to my friend Sophia at SF Exotics. She belongs to her, and she is here on loan. This gecko is one of the brightest geckos I've ever seen. Not at the moment, but hey, at least she's still red. But she is neon electric fire hydrant red when she fires up. So we're very excited.
Okay, I found her.
Gracious, oh yes,
there she is.
There she is.
Yeah.
So
that's her.
Goodness.
She's having fun right now, but that's her.
Poor thing. She's smelling the other geckos.
She's like, what's that? Oh,
she's having fun right now.
She's not having fun, probably. She's like, what is going on?
Let's see who actually is fired up.
Okay, and here I have to show this guy because I finally got fast at clicking buttons here. So here's that one, right?
Well,
that's the other guy?
No.
That's Poeton. So yeah, I did just name two geckos after my favorite.
Darn it. Not the right one.
The other one is Pereira.
Okay.
It's a red gecko. Let me see. He's
I wish I knew how to share. I found him, and I took it was two guesses, and I was like, brightest red.
Okay, yeah, so it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Oh no, wait. I can't count, just kidding.
Wait, is this it? Wait, okay. Now just tell me no if this is not the right one. I'm gonna try. Maybe? No.
No, that's bullpup though. I did show that's it on my
I recognize that name. Okay.
So Pereira is in the center and he's 7 down from the top.
Okay.
Bullpup.
I'm gonna get it.
Love that.
Oh my gosh, I'm so annoyed with myself. I should have kept all of these guys out of the light and then gone and got them like out of the dark room or something when I wanted to show them.
No, you're fine. This is
all right. There's a follow-up.
Yes.
But we're gonna call it a fire up.
Here we go, people.
Yes, that's him.
Oh.
Thanks for being patient with me as I click all the buttons.
He's so freaking cute.
They all are. There's eyeballs there.
Oh my gosh.
Okay. Eyeballs, slashes.
So I at least have 2 ladies here that are fully fired up. They're not red, unfortunately, but This girl, I would say, is like a darker lavender. So this is coup de grace. The
Another
darker,
great name. Great name.
the darker areas on her, that's her base color. The lighter color is the pattern color. She, I would say she's a high white. She's very drippy.
Yeah.
I produced her out of, or I'm sorry, I and crystalline geckos produced her out of my Vega and his bale, however you pronounce it. Amazing gecko. But yes, I'm very excited. She's breeding with a red this season, so they should produce many beautiful red offspring. Sometimes I do red on red pairings. I do a lot of those, but when you do those, you can get a lot of red phantoms, which kind of look like a patternless, but they could have portholes, which means like the white spots on the sides. But basically what a phantom is like, you can think of it as like, you know, when you turn a t-shirt inside out and you can still see the design just very faintly.
Yeah.
That's basically what a phantom is. It's different than a patternless because a true patternless would have two patternless parents, and you know they would have patternless parents, and they're going to produce patternless geckos. If you were to pair a patternless to a very high patterned gecko, you would get a lot of low patterned geckos.
Huh.
If that makes sense. But if you are pairing phantom from high patterned lineage to a high patterned gecko, you will get very high patterned offspring. So in my opinion, phantoms are much more valuable. So I don't even know why I just started talking about phantoms.
Because we needed to know.
Oh,
absolutely.
Because red on red pairings and yellow on yellow pairings can produce a lot of phantoms. But when you pair a red to a lavender, that's probably one of the best pairings because you'll get reds and lavenders, but usually when you pair it to a lavender, it can make the red a better, cleaner, brighter, just more pure color, and you don't get any phantoms. So, but phantoms are a great way. Like it's still the same genetics. Phantoms are a great way to access a certain set of genetics, but for a cheaper price. Usually phantoms are becoming a lot more like phantoms and like portholes. You might just hear people call them portholes are becoming very popular. Some of them do go for a lot of money, based on like their base color and stuff like that. But a lot of times it's a great way. Like if you're looking to invest in a breeding project, and you want to get something from a certain pair, but you're like, well, I don't have $1,000 for a baby, but I have maybe $300 for a baby. Get the phantom sibling. It's still going to throw the same in genetics.
Wow. Fascinating.
So this is another gorgeous lady I'm super excited about. She is not a breeder yet. She will be next season. This is Coolor Crux. She is a very high white, as you can see.
I love her.
Very
She's
drippy,
gorgeous.
very drippy pattern. Very her pattern. It's almost like it's not an opaque bright white. It's like almost translucent, kind of like a watercolor effect over the base, which I think is really cool.
Yeah. I don't know about y'all, but she's making me want both of these. The last two are making me want a freaking bowl of Oreo ice cream.
Oh my gosh, that sounds good. You're about to make me hungry.
Like I don't know what I don't know. I'm ridiculous, but I love these. I think these might be my well, no, I don't know. I really do like old
What's happening?
Yeah, like
Oh, yeah. I was like, what are you doing?
So exclusive information. Next season when she's ready, she will be paired to Pereira.
Oh, cool.
I'm so excited about that. They're just going to be ridiculous.
Wow.
So
I love their
them.
tongues.
Yeah. And
so cute.
Let's see, I've got some little.
I really like these like super speckly ones as well.
Which ones?
Like the super big speckly ones.
Yeah,
they're so pretty.
I've got a couple little babies to show off.
Ooh,
Oh,
little babies.
Nikki, when we saw them at Southeast, I was like, Nikki, did you know that they're that freaking small?
I didn't. I had no
They're,
idea.
I didn't realize they were that tiny in real life. It's Toadle.
So this gecko is not fully fired up, but for it to be a baby and to have a base color this nice and bright, I know I hate that it's so much more saturated than it is on the camera, but hey, what are you gonna do?
You're cute.
This gecko was producing alone between myself and my friends at Oklahoma Zoological out of my pina colada and their figgy smalls. So
I love all these names.
I think
So
this
great.
little dire girl is going to be basically a clone of pina colada, and I'm so excited about it. So
She looked right at the camera.
baby's color and pattern change
Come to me.
astronomically as they grow.
Do
So
they?
the
Okay.
fact that this gecko already looks like this, he or she is going to be like extremely bright, probably like a really, really bright cheddar color and have lots of actual white pattern on her or him.
Cool.
I'm really, really, really excited.
So they
adorable.
tend to dole out a little bit. Is that what you're telling me? Like from babies to adults?
No,
They get brighter.
Yeah, the base color gets way brighter or way darker.
How cool is that?
Pattern lightens in color and spreads. They develop more pattern. I mean, a lot of babies are like completely unrecognizable. Like a baby might look okay, but as an adult, it'll be absolutely stunning.
Wow.
You really have to look at the lineage and trust the breeder and just look at the generations of lineage to know how and to be able to predict how they're going to develop. I mean, it's that's also like a really good way to be able to get really nice geckos for less. If you want to invest in high quality, buy babies and do your research on the lineage. You're like, I was always that annoying person. Like I was always asking for parent photos. I'm like, well, what about their parents? Well, what about
right.
I would trace it back as far as I could to predict that. Because babies are a lot less than adults. By the time you get to an adult, I mean, the value could have increased 5 times the amount. So it really pays to get a baby young from beautiful parents and grow it out and have an amazing adult.
Are you have you produced your own like okay, so how am I trying to say this, Nikki? Do you have your own production byproduct productions? Is that what I'm trying to say?
Do you have a
Breeding?
baby? Yes.
Yes. And it is so exciting.
That hits different, doesn't it?
Yes, it does. It's so exciting for me. Especially when I can breed 2 of my productions to each other.
Yeah,
like,
absolutely.
It's so exciting. And I started that, I think last season actually might have been my first time doing that, just because I was so picky about the direction of things. I mean, of course, if I started breeding in 2020, I would have had offspring that would have been ready to breed years ago, but I just didn't want to breed any of them. But yeah, I just started that last season and I'm excited for another round of it this season. Yeah, it's just.
So last year was your first year to do this?
To do that, yeah, to be able to.
Right.
Yep.
That's so cool.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that hits different.
Yeah.
I mean, it's cool, having your first clutches and such, but like having like truly your own, it's a different
It's
feeling.
so special. Yeah.
Yeah. Very much. Very that.
These little ones are some incredible Dalmatians. Usually Dalmatians do not have this many spots when they're like itty bitty. I mean, there's plenty that do, but like a lot of them don't. I'm just saying. So this little baby has massive spots.
Those are big.
And it's got massive black spots, but the camera's not going to pick it up. It also has a ton of really teeny tiny red spots, and red spots always come in last. Red Dalmatians will continue getting red spots up until like, I don't know, 30 grams. And the spots will continue to enlarge. So Dalmatians are so rewarding to me. Every time they shed, there's more spots on them. It's so cool.
Oh, that's awesome.
And like a lot of times Dalmatians, even some of the nicest ones, they're born with no spots at all, or maybe just a couple, and then they just blow up. It's insane.
Well,
But
so you like really have to hold on to these things to see
yeah,
what is gonna
not,
happen.
not all of them, but unfortunately for me, my favorites take the longest. Like the reds take the longest to develop their color. The Dalmatians take a very long time to develop their spots. Reds, in my experience with my own geckos, if I have babies that are like fire engine red, they don't stay that color.
Mm.
They usually darken out and get kind of like of a maroon color. If they're gonna be really, really bright red, a lot of times they just look brown. Like they're not cute. Like
Holy cow, man! Yeah, you can like get a clutch and they come out and you're like, but
yeah,
like in the back of your head, you're like, "Ugh, it's not gonna be like this forever,
yeah,
fella."
yeah. And usually like the brightest reds seem to pop their color really like at 30 grams in weight.
Wow.
So I mean that's a big echo. I mean, that's a sub-adult for sure. I mean, breeding size is minimum of 45 grams. So that's by 30 grams.
Little guys,
By
but
30 grams.
not.
Yeah, and all the growth rates for geckos are different. I mean, you could have a 1-year-old that's 30 grams, but that's pretty freaking big. You could also have a 2-year-old that's 30 grams and it's a little small, but just to give you an idea how long it can take to wait it out. I just realized I've been playing with this gecko and it's not even in the camera. This is the clutch mate. This is the sibling. Oh my gosh, this light is terrible. Yeah, that's the sibling to the one I just showed you. And I love how many spots it has, if I can, on its head. There's
I
like
was about to say, there's a big old spot up front.
so many. Light.
Don't drop the light. Nikki does
Don't
that
worry.
often.
I do. Yeah, don't worry.
Oh, I have to get a camera, and then we have to do this another.
We will. That's the follow-up. We'll do it again. And
Okay.
then in the meantime, everybody's just gonna have to go to your Instagram and follow you and see all the pictures because
Like you're not even gonna oh my god, you're not even gonna understand. It's incredible.
Oh, thank you so much.
I'm obsessed. I'm sorry. I'm drooling.
So, let's see here. Anybody?
Oh, I need them, Nikki.
I know. They're amazing.
Well, we'll revisit these guys.
And you have got like a freaking massive following, as you should.
Oh, thank you. I actually work really hard at that. There was never like a time that everyone just kind of poured in. Like it's a daily thing. It has been a daily effort since I started the pages, which was in 2020. And yeah, I always tell people like I get so many comments from people like, oh, me and my 6 followers, like, yeah, I feel silly only posting getting 2 likes. Post it anyway.
Yeah.
Keep
Yes.
posting, post every day, and if you can, and just act like you have a huge audience. Act like you've got people that are watching. They will come.
I love that advice.
Absolutely.
Build it. They will come.
And
Yep.
I mean, I think we've all experienced lately. I mean, the algorithm kind of sucks.
Ugh, I don't even understand it. I don't try to understand it. It's
Like years ago, like
severance.
every time I have it figured out and it works great, then they change it. I'm like, bro.
I know. I'm about to give up on hashtags. I tell you that right frickin' now.
Yeah. The only thing I swear a few years ago I had it all figured out and it was amazing. And then, they changed it and I never really caught back on. And the only thing that recently kind of pushed me back into where I was like, hey, I caught the current again was like
Cowabunga, I'm riding the wave.
Yeah. Posting every day. It made such a huge difference. I was posting, so I used to post every day. And then, so last season, I'll revisit this because then I'm going to go down a rabbit hole. Basically, I had to send off all of my geckos to other people last season. And so when I did that, I reduced my posting to every other day because I was like, man, I got to make this content stretch. Because I didn't have the geckos in my possession at all. I just took so much. I just did so much content before I shipped them out. And so I went to posting every other day and I was religious about it. I'm like, I'm getting no interaction. This sucks. And then around Christmas time this year, this past Christmas, I had Christmas content that I didn't do till late, but I wanted to be able to post it all. So I was like, well, I guess I'll just post like 3 or 4 days in a row, because like, who wants to post Christmas photos after Christmas? And then all of a sudden when I did that, like it exploded, and I was like, whoa, what's happening? Like, wait a minute. Like, was that from that? Like, all right, let me see. And then I just kept doing it, and I'm like, oh, it was. So it's working. It's working again. It was not working for a long time. I'm like, all right, whatever, every day, here we go.
You fixed it.
Yeah, but I'll take pictures, like I'll just take a bunch of pictures, like maybe twice a month or something.
Yeah.
And then like one day I'll just spend hours and like create drafts on Instagram and have them all ready to go. And then each day just boop, send it. That way you're not, I mean, nobody has hours a day to put into that.
Yeah.
So.
No.
Do you vend or are you primarily online? Okay, cool.
I am primarily online, but I do vend local shows. I used to vend a lot more, but the past like 2 years I've been just really busy.
Yeah.
But I have vended a few over the past couple of years, just not as I used to be vending like every single one. But I always would vend local shows, pretty much just like Repticon shows in North Carolina. In Raleigh was my home show. Right now I'm in Greensboro, unfortunately. Don't come here.
I don't know anything about it. It sounds great.
Raleigh's amazing. Cary is nearby Raleigh. It's amazing. That's where I lived, and Raleigh was my home show. So I'd usually vend Raleigh, Charlotte, Asheville, up in the mountains. That was beautiful. And every year, usually I also vend Flora Fauna, which is in New York.
Okay.
And that's a totally different type of show. It's very intimate setting. It's more like a weekend getaway. It's so much fun. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I've wanted to vend more shows and vend more like NARBC type stuff. I just haven't yet. Whenever I do vend, I usually have a pretty large setup. I usually do 4 tables. I usually have like a table of cork, a table only for plants, and
oh, cool. Okay, I love that.
And then tables of geckos and terrariums. I build bioactive terrariums for customers all the time. I do custom orders or just, whatever I want. But
that's awesome.
It's so much fun. I love it. And so because I like to, first of all, I enjoy it. And second of all, I think it's the responsible thing to do. I like to be a one-stop shop, especially at an expo.
Yes.
Thank you. I sell the food and I sell the full environment, the full setup. It comes with literally every single thing somebody would need except like a gallon of distilled water. And that's it. Because I have like doing local shows and vending a lot of Repticons. I have a lot of first time owners.
Pet people. Yeah.
Pet people. And I want to set them up right. I really care about my geckos. I want to make sure
that's genius. That's genius. The one-stop shop thing, because for exactly the reason you just said, but also as someone who is so invested and like truly, truly, truly cares about their animals, the very least it makes you feel like there's a chance. I'm sending you on your way, but I've given you all of your resources.
Yeah.
You might be a first timer, but I've done everything that I can to set you up for success, and it makes you feel better. Because I mean, I feel like we're probably alike, all of us here, but when we send a snake somewhere, we're like, God, please don't be a piece of shit. Please don't be a piece of shit. Please take care of my labor of love.
Yes. Uh-oh. Hang on. Let me why did I not do that ahead of time? Let me plug in my computer. Hold on. Sorry about that.
No, you're fine. These little things are so cute. Aubrey's amazing. Everybody needs to go follow Aubrey.
Seriously, go figure, but I want them. I want them all.
You just let me know when.
No, you and everybody else, sister. I'm telling you, I owe a lot of people a lot of money.
I am always willing to work with people, and I do payment plans, so
I don't even have the space for as much
Oh
of these
yeah.
animals that I've fallen in love with, and I'm like, well, gotta have it.
Yeah.
Where are they going, Lace?
I like to always say like I have a little something for everybody too. My geckos range anywhere from like $50 to a couple $1,000. So it just depends what you're looking for.
That is
What
awesome.
was I? Okay, we were in the middle of talk. Oh yeah, the one-stop shop thing.
Feeling
Yeah,
good about sending your
it just gives me so much peace of mind because you can
Mhm.
coach somebody up, you can tell them to message you later, you can give them an information sheet, but you just can't control what happens once the gecko leaves. And I mean, you still can't even if they go home with the terrarium, but it makes me feel better because I know what they're going to be living in.
Right. Yeah, I love that you build the enclosures. That's like another way for you to get creative, and
Oh, so much, yeah.
yeah,
I
I dig that. I dig that a
have a
lot.
whole living room full of plants that I grow and propagate and use in my enclosures. It's like a
Hell,
jungle in here.
teach me how to propagate. I suck.
And like another thing that just reminded me of is so I offer my geckos UVB. A lot of people don't, and they say that they don't need it. When they say they don't need it, they're not going to die without it. It's not like a chameleon or something that is going to develop MBD if they don't have it. But or like bearded dragon or something. But they definitely use it and they definitely benefit from it. I provide it because I would personally rather allow them to regulate it themselves and be able to get their D3 to kind of process their calcium naturally, rather than trying to like use some kind of powder and add it to their food and dust. And I did say that I supplement my females with liquid calcium if
Yeah,
they need it for breeding, if they need extra, but just on a regular basis, I don't know, I just feel more comfortable with the idea of providing it in a more natural way rather than them having to like you know process all that through their like kidneys and liver and stuff like that.
yeah.
Because they're so small.
So
And
small.
it's enrichment. I think people forget and like don't care about enrichment or don't think they need it. But they utilize it. They bask under it. A lot of my adults will just be sitting out in the open basking. And a really cool thing also is that they can visibly see UVB light, like or UV light. They can see the rays that we can't see it. Um,
Hmm.
so I don't know what it looks like for them, but they can see it and they go to it and use it. So
It's wild.
and it creates the temperature gradient I was talking about because heat lamps are
Yeah.
not safe in my opinion. They're not safe to use with them. If they get too hot, they dry out the air too much. But this is a great way to provide both. So
I love it.
Me
I love
too.
everything you do. I love it.
Same.
I'm fascinated.
I feel like I should um get a little closer so maybe you can see some of
Oh, there's so much to see.
those. I mean, again, these are my breeding setups. They're not perfect. They get trampled all the time, and I have to dig through here to find eggs. And it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, that sounds fun.
It looks beautiful
Thank
God,
for
you.
what
it's
it's worth.
incredible. Yeah.
And so that is the adult wall, and then here is the juvenile wall. Let's see how far I need to back up here. So,
Oh,
Oh, wait,
wow.
there's more.
so
Oh my God.
or the glass enclosures that I was talking about. And I love Exoterra because I love the two double doors. I just think it
Yeah.
looks clean. I prefer glass over PVC. If I had to do it over, I would not get PVC. I like the clean look and the cleanliness, I would say, of glasses. I feel like it's easier to keep clean. I feel like it looks better.
Less porous.
There's more less porous. There's more visibility. I can see my geckos easier.
Hmm.
With glass, it's easier to find eggs because you can, you utilize all the walls, all the angles. Also, I did not know when I invested in PVC that PVC does excrete like cancer causing chemicals over time. And I did not know that. And maybe it's not gonna give the geckos cancer. I don't know. I'm not trying to say that. I don't know that scientifically, but it is a fact that they do release the chemicals. So I would rather not, you know. I mean,
Holy smokes, Nikki, did you know that?
I did not.
Holy shit! All these PVC racks are
I'm
leaving
I'm
the nest.
No,
I'm not I'm not trying to crap on PVC people or anything. Obviously, I have PVC, but it's just something that I didn't know, and I like recently learned, and I felt so stupid. I was like, why have I never looked into this? And it's not feasible right at this moment for me to like swap out all of my closures, but I definitely plan on.
What do you mean? It looks easy.
I definitely plan
Super.
on doing that in the next 2 years. I want to switch all back to glass. It's just my personal preference.
Well, luckily, enclosures and like reselling enclosures is people always need them. People will always buy them, and obviously, clean them before use or whatever. But yeah, absolutely. That
that.
it's not like you're taking a huge loss, I
No.
guess is what I'm really trying to say. Yeah, you
Yeah.
can resell them.
I think some of them. No, never mind. I got excited. I thought they had fired up.
That's why we have to have the follow-up. We have to have the follow-up so we can
The fire
see
up.
the fire up. Sorry, I forgot there's a new name for Aubrey. The
a
fire up.
better plan next time. This is my first time doing this, so I'm figuring it out with you guys. Well, you're not figuring it out. I am, but
Well,
Nope,
it's amazing.
we're always figuring it
We're
out.
always exactly. We're always figuring it out. Oh, this has been a blast. I've
So
learned
much fun.
so much, and I'm
Right?
so glad that we could have you
how
on
did
and that
you
you're.
guys find me?
I don't even
You know-
know.
I've been a follower for a hot minute.
Oh, well, I'm following you back, right?
Actually, yes.
I would think you have to be. You must be. No, just saw all of your amazing crusties come across in my feed, my
Yeah.
doom scrolls.
And I think it's important for us, Nikki and I, to showcase things outside of ball pythons. One, because there are people that need to see you and see all these amazing animals that you're working with. But we're as a community, we can't all just be ball python people. I mean,
Yeah.
we sure can, but like the community is so much bigger than we realize.
Oh, yeah.
And I think it's very important that we connect with different species, and because I mean we could be vending side by side one day,
Mm-hmm. I
Yeah.
think that's how it goes. Like it's very like for each species, there's a whole community and a whole world within
Mhm.
that species, and we're not actually really plugged in to other species community. So I was so excited. I'm so grateful that you guys invited me on here to really connect with a whole new audience, a whole new group of people, and it's really like uniting, And I think it's
Yeah.
a good thing. I think we need to do more of that, and instead of just having our heads in the sand in our own little comfort zone, basically.
We would agree
Clicks and all that,
100%
yeah.
with you. I feel like
Absolutely.
we all love reptiles. That's the uniting factor, but we do get stuck in our lane. And that's why we picked the name Show Me Your Rack, because we didn't say show me your ball pythons. We wanted to be able to see all sorts of things and connect the community.
Hilarious. I was like, oh, I won't forget that.
Show me your rack.
And tonight you've showed us your jungle.
Yeah.
So I love that. I love
It's
that.
so great. I can't wait till the fire up. It's going to be amazing.
Right. And you should highly consider coming to Georgia, because I know it's not that too far, but Southeast Reptile Expo, it's where dreams are made of, and we should meet in person, and we should talk all reptile things and get really fired up about it.
Yeah, where is it in Georgia?
Oh,
Duluth, Atlanta.
Duluth.
But it's Duluth, Georgia. Yeah.
When is that?
I defer to
Nikki?
Lace.
Nikki?
I think it's August, isn't it?
September?
I want to say the next one's August. Lace is looking it
Southeast.
up right now.
You said it's Southeast.
Yes.
Yep. It's a Bob Vu show, but it's there's totally so much diversity in the show. I mean, there is literally a place for everybody there. It's definitely not primarily focused on ball pythons. There is so much to see there.
Lace and I spent 2 days there because that's the first time Lace and I got to meet. We flew out there and we spent 2 whole days from start to finish and still didn't see everything.
I didn't.
Wow.
And it's on my regret list. I'm telling you.
We tried to see everything, but we couldn't.
We couldn't. That ADHD dog got that dog in me.
We were just happily skipping around most of the time.
ADHD will have you out there fighting demons.
Word. September 14th and 15th.
See, I was wrong. You're right. Good job, Lace.
But that'll be fun. But thank you, Aubrey. We're obviously huge fans, and we're super thrilled to officially meet you and meet your amazing animals. I'm absolutely obsessed with them. Everybody, please, please, please go check out Aubrey Cowajunga. If you don't know how to spell it, don't ask me.
Just look at Aubrey's shirt. It says it right there.
Cowabunga with a J.
There you go. There you go.
Yes, thank you so much for having me. It was so nice meeting you guys. We definitely have to talk more.
Absolutely. We shall. We shall.
Yeah. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. Show me. Show me some. 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 Show me.